Hi and hello everybody, it's Fern. Welcome back to another Planty video. I have this crazy looking blue tea here. I don't know if it's showing up how blue it is. It's super blue. It says it has blue pea flower. Oh my gosh, it's so blue. I've never tried this before. I think that this was in a Christmas gift that I got from my friends. Let me go get the wrapper. 4 o'clock herbalist. Herbal tea calm, stress relief, tulsi, lavender, and blue pea flower. That's what it looks like. Come on. That's so fun. Okay, so today we're going to be potting up some propagations. I have all my prop boxes here that I haven't gone through in, well, have I ever gone through these? I kind of put these prop boxes together and I don't really think I've taken a lot out of them since I first set them up. The main plant that I'm looking forward to potting up today is my Hoya undulata. Now, I was so nervous when I first got this Hoya. This came from Cartel Down. I have a whole unboxing of this. It came as a large plant and I chopped mine up into, like, this is the base, and then there's, how many other cuttings? Oh, I have one in water too. So I think I have 3 other cuttings because I was so worried that none of them would root and I just wouldn't have this plant. So I wanted to have a lot of insurance cuttings, and they've all rooted to my surprise. And they've even put out fresh new leaves. This was the first leaf that this Hoya gave to me, and I was so shook by this. And it's working on this leaf right here. And there's even another one coming out right there. And then, yeah, we'll see the propagation leaves as I take them out. But I'm going to be getting this out of sphagnum and then potting them all together again. So I'm really excited just to be getting this plant more established. And then there's also some other plants that we're just going to kind of go through these, and I'm going to take out whatever I want to get potted up. Like I think maybe this little dark begonia down here. And yeah, we'll just kind of take a peek. Okay, this is my jar of water propagations where the other Hoya undulata is, and it's looking a little bit crazy because I put my chrysopa, the lacewing larvae, oh, you can't even see, but I put a bunch of the like buckwheat stuff that it comes in. I just sprinkled it on there to keep these plants protected from mealies as well. So that's all just sitting there. I'm gonna have to take this apart and get the Hoya out of here. Okay. Maybe I will pull out the Maranta first, because that's the one that has most of this buckwheat stuff. Maybe I'll just dump this out onto another plant in case there's any of the beneficials still in there. There we go. This was a backup of my Maranta silver band, but my silver band is actually doing a lot better and putting out new leaves, thank goodness. Looks like this was one that did not make it. I don't know why I have so much trouble propagating Maranta silver band, but it's crazy. Oh, that's good. My Hoya Kentiana Lori Lynn rooted, so I could probably pot that up too. And my Maranta variegated, which has been looking really rough, so I decided to take an insurance cutting for that one too. Oh my gosh, the dogs, they're upset. Okay, so I kind of want to put this into pond, so I don't know, I don't know if I'm gonna be messing with pond today, maybe, but I'm just gonna put it back in the water for now. Well, I'm gonna put all these back in the water for now actually, because I don't want them to dry out. So move those to the side, and we have our undulata. Look at the leaves, that's crazy. Or not the leaves, the roots. All of those roots came out just from the water propagation. Also, it was only 2, maybe it was only 1 leaf. It was 1 or 2 leaves. This one is new for sure. This one is new. Whoops, are we even in focus? This one is new for sure, and we also have a peduncle that popped out while it was propagating, so that's pretty cool. So I have this 6-inch pot that I'm gonna be putting all of these cuttings into because we have a lot of plant to get in here. So I guess I'm just gonna start with this one. Maybe I will just quickly, well, as quick as I can, take the moss off of the roots here. Okay, so these roots are pretty dense as well, so I think that that's as good as I'm gonna get with removing the sphagnum, but that's not bad. So I'm gonna set that aside, and then I have to retrieve the other 2 undulata cuttings that are in these prop boxes. So we have my perlite box right here. This is the one that hasn't put out any new leaves actually, but it is rooted. Yeah, so these must have all been 2-leaf cuttings that I took. There's gonna be a bunch of perlite coming up with this. It's actually not that bad. There's Maharani corn. Oh my gosh, am I well? There's Maharani corms in here that I'm also going to take out after probably. Okay, I need to go rinse. Actually, yeah, I'll go rinse my hands. I have so many plant things that I want to get done this week, you guys. It's crazy. I might actually start filming another like week of plant activities again, because yeah, there's stuff that needs to be done. So this one in sphagnum has put out this leaf here pretty recently too. Unfortunately, it's growing against the side of the container, so it's a little bit squished, but I think it's still a really nice leaf. Ooh. Oh my gosh, it's like taking up the whole... Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to resituate this prop box after I get this out. This is crazy. Okay, this one has crazy roots as well. It's hilarious that I was so nervous about this plant not rooting up and it just like went off. So now I have a stunning big Hoya undulata that I'm gonna be potting together. Like, this is crazy. And I'm gonna have to go grab a trellis for them as well. Of course, I might actually do the double. Yeah, I think I'll do the double trellis situation. Let me go grab that so we can have it all ready. Okay, that's just gonna have to wait a second. Okay, so I'm gonna go with 2, I think these are the large size yew trellises from Houseplant Essentials. Okay, so I'm just going to cross them like an X and then just pop a zip tie at the top. I think, is that backwards? There we go. Okay, so that is ready to go. Just gonna chop this top part off. There we go. And I'm gonna fill some of our container up. I'm just using my DIY mix, which is Pro Mix HP with orchid bark. My DIY mix has gotten so simple over the years. The ingredients in it have just been dwindling, but I'm happy with it being this basic. Okay, I'm gonna start with which ones even are the biggest ones? Probably these sphagnum ones. And this one. This is so crazy how full this plant already is. And then this one in the front, if I can. There we go. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna try to hold these all in place while I fill it. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the soil. Now I'm gonna pop in carefully our trellis situation here. Okay, how am I gonna go like, oh my gosh, like this. There we go. I don't even know which side's gonna be the front. Okay, I'm gonna do this vine. Should I wrap it around a little bit? Yeah, okay, I'll do it like that. And I'm just gonna put a little clip to keep it in place. And then this one is already going around, so that's perfect. And again, I'm just gonna clip to keep it in place. And there's another one here that I'm gonna clip on as well. I truly cannot believe that I have this big of an undulata. This is crazy. Hopefully all the leaves will just kind of sort themselves out, and I'll continue to pin any new vines that may shoot out. But I think that's it. This is wild. Oh, I'm so glad that it's potted up. I'm gonna go ahead and water this through, and then I think I'm gonna keep this in my Millsbow wide cabinet for now unless I change my mind, I guess. But I mean, so far, like, the base plant has been really happy in there, so yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I am stoked on that. Really, really great. Need a cute cover pot for it now. Wait, maybe this should be the front. Okay, I'm gonna move. I think that makes more sense. So I'm just gonna move this vine over to here, and it can grow towards the front there. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. I just rearranged some of the leaves, but there we go. Final plant. Of course, it looks kind of crazy right now, but as we know, it will continue to fill in and grow, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely stunning. Okay, I just kind of want to sort this out a little because I've buried all of my... Okay, actually, I might pot this one up. Oh, but I kind of want to do it in pon. Oh man, am I gonna have to bust out my pon and do some pon repots, because there's a couple plants here that I do want to get into pon. This is one of them. My Hoya inner variegated, because I don't know, I just haven't had the best luck. I mean, mine looks fine, but it just doesn't look nice and plump and juicy and healthy like other people's Hoya. So I think that maybe the answer is going to be growing this in semi-hydro. I just love the inner variegated one so much, so I took a cutting and I figured I would try to grow a really juicy looking one. So I want to get that into pon. I also want to get my variegated Maranta cutting into pon. This can go into soil, the Hoya Kentiana Lori Lynn. So maybe I'll go ahead and quickly do that one. I'll do the soil pot ups first and then move on to the pon if I'm gonna do those. I'm gonna fish out these wet sticks. These are my Philodendron domesticum, and I actually wasn't gonna keep them because I have a Philodendron domesticum cuttings that I potted up, but the one that's growing is giving me all variegated leaves. Oh my goodness, I'm so over variegated philodendron, you guys. Just like, I mean, that's not necessarily true, and it's not even philodendron, because I've had this problem with my variegated rhaphidophora, my variegated Monstera adansonii, and now this philodendron domesticum. It's just going all like yellow leaves that are just gonna die off, so it's kind of annoying. So anyways, I'm gonna keep these wet sticks going just in case I need to try growing another one, because I love the domesticum so much, so I don't really want to give up on it. But that is really annoying. Like, it definitely puts me off of variegated plants, at least with this type of variegation that isn't stable. That's what I love so much. My philodendron Jose Buono, even my philodendron Red Anderson, I've never had any issues with that one. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so for this Kentiana, I think I'm just gonna do a little tiny pot. This is like a 3-inch, yeah. So cute. This is a very easy one. This plant is so, so pretty. So I'm glad to have it back in action. There she is, so cute in this little pot. Okay, excellent. Now, Alocasia Maharani, I think I want to put that into pon as well. I don't know why I didn't realize how many pon, or how many of these plants I actually want to grow in pon. This is a cutting that didn't make it. It's my Hoya Silver Lady, but that's fine because my Hoya Silver Lady actually revived, which I was surprised at because it didn't look like, yeah, neither of these cuttings. This one has like tiny leaves, but it didn't really do much. My Hoya Silver Lady looked so unwell, and I thought for sure it wasn't gonna make it. That's why I took the cuttings, but then it started growing again, so that's pretty sweet. Here's another Maharani. And then we have some Hoya Croniana, which I'm not sure where I want to, or how I want to pot that one up yet. There's also String of Turtles in here, and I feel so torn on String of Turtles. I love it, but, and when I see a beautiful healthy one, I'm like, wow, that is stunning. But I just never, well, that's not true. I have had luck before, but then I repotted it and it rotted. Okay, so this begonia is one that I'm really keen to get potted up. It is my begonia, is it Black Mamba, I think it's called. Oh my goodness, the roots are minimal. Oh dear. Well, fingers are crossed for this one, but it's this super dark black begonia. I don't know why it has these weird like white spots on it. Has these little tiny roots. This was just I guess a little baby stem cutting that I took. I did also take leaf cuttings where I like cut up the leaf and tried to propagate that way, because begonias can root from the leaves too, but they didn't. They just kind of rotted. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, because that never works for me. Anyways, let's pot this. I should have used that little tiny pot for this one. I'm gonna go see if I have another little tiny pot for this one, because it's so small. Okay, so I have this set up, this cute little pink cover pot, and then this tiny pot, which doesn't have drainage holes, but I think that might be beneficial in this situation, because if this dries out, I think that's gonna be bad news bears. Oh, this is not my begonia mix, I just realized, but it'll be fine. I'm just gonna pick out the orchid bark pieces, the big ones. I honestly don't even know if this begonia is going to be okay. Okay. Stay tuned to find out if this begonia is gonna make it or not. I do not know. I'm gonna go water these through. I never like having my plants sitting here for too long because the roots are just super dry. Okay, so it appears that I still do not have small self-watering pots for my little pond plants. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pot alocasia maharani because that's not a super thirsty plant anyways. It'd be kind of nice to have it in pond, but I think it'll be fine in soil. It was happy in soil before. The reason that I am regrowing it from corm is because it got attacked by mealies, of course. Hoya Bella, I think I am gonna wait on this one until I'm able to put it in pond because that's just what I want for this one. So I'm gonna pop it back in to the sphagnum. And I have Hoya, oh gosh, I always forget. It's like Scortecii. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. But this is a stunning Hoya that I don't know why. I just haven't had luck with growing it out very well. I think that it needs higher humidity, so I'm gonna try this one again in cabinet conditions. I ended up cutting this up because it kept getting mealies, so I just took a cutting, and thankfully this one rooted up because this one did not. This is just a single leaf cutting that didn't make it or didn't root at all, but this one has a pretty decent root system, so this is going to be good in soil as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it in a 4-inch pot. Both of these are going to go in 4-inch pots. Well, maybe for the alocasia I'll do this taller pot. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. And I'm also so tempted to pot up the Maranta, but I think I'm gonna wait until I have the semi-hydro set up for it because, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna wait because I really just want to try that one out in pond. It's gonna be so nice having Maharani in my collection again. I love this alocasia. It's so pretty. I do have alocasia mellow as well, and I think I'm gonna have to decide between them eventually because they're so similar. I think that I'm leaning more towards Maharani, but let me know which one you prefer. And maybe that's just because I've seen my Maharani get bigger and like, yeah, I've just seen the more mature version of the leaves. Maybe I would like the mellow just as much if that one got big for me as well, which is why I'm hanging on. I just want to see it grow out a little bit more before I decide, but I'm really trying to narrow down plants that I have that are super similar. But yeah, it's hard when they're both so pretty. Anyways, there we go, little babies. They're so spindly. Look at them, little cuties. And then the Hoya. So these are super easy little repots. And I did put the begonia and that Hoya Kentiana in my cabinet as well. I think I'm gonna have all of these in cabinet conditions just while they transition from being in this super high humidity prop box. I might take them out. Well, I probably will take them out eventually, but for now, they're gonna live in just slightly higher humidity for a while. My cabinets aren't even super humid anymore. They used to be way more humid. I think because I used to have a lot of like moss poles in my cabinets and stuff, and that would really just boost the humidity. But now that I don't have that, my cabinets are often just in the 60s. Like, okay, so my Millsbo wide right now is 70%, and that's a pretty average. Like, it's not that much higher than my room humidity, which is 52%. I mean, I guess like 18% is pretty significant, but it's not like 90% humidity or anything in my cabinets. Not these days, at least. Okay, so there's that Hoya. I'm really hoping to grow this one out nicely this year. We'll see. I think that humidity is the key because when I've seen these look really nice, it's been when people grow them in grow tents, not so much just on a cabinet in room conditions. So is there anything else that I want to pot up? I kind of want to do my Hoya mini pixie because I miss her, so maybe let's grab her out. Look at the end. I feel like that little bauble at the end, do you see that? I think that that was like the sap that came out when I cut this and it hardened, and then it's like a little seal on the end protecting it. That's so cool. Okay, so I have 2 cuttings of this. I really love this Hoya. Again, exact same story as this one. It was infested with mealies and I was like, I can't with this. So I cut them both and the mealies are still here. So what would I do that for? I don't know. But I mean, it definitely took some stress off of me. I feel like I'm so just like, oh, I'm so over mealies. So when something is infested, it's just like, I mean, not always. Obviously, if it's something that is really special, then I'll try to fight for it a little bit. But if it's not, if it's something that's replaceable or something that I can live without, I'm just kind of like, see you later, because it's not worth the stress. Okay. These are rooted from like a million spots. Maybe I should, these aren't my shears, I should go get my shears. But since this is pretty much rooted along the whole vine, I think I'm just gonna cut, make it easier for myself and create a little fuller plant while I'm at it. So, okay. Put some more potting mix. And then I'm honestly just gonna like lay them on top and then cover them with a bit of soil. And hopefully the roots will just keep growing downwards. Okay, I need to go run this under some water to kind of clear off the dirt from the leaves. But I think that that's gonna be fine. It looks crazy right now, but trust the process. And this is also gonna go into the cabinet. So I'm gonna go water these 3 and I'll be right back. Okay, I think after I'm done filming this, I'm gonna order, well, do I have any that could come out of their small self-watering pots? Oh yeah, you guys, I do have a self-watering pot available. Let me go grab it. It's literally like ready to go. This used to have, sadly, my Monstera dubia little cutting that I was trying to restart in here. Kind of crowded in this area with my poles and it was just shoved behind them. So I was kind of like, what's the point in having this? But yeah, basically, long story short, I have a free pot now. And I'm gonna go ahead and pot the variegated Maranta in here. So this is like the most not proper repot, but if it works, it works. I don't even care. Oh, there's a weird, like a rotted bit I'm gonna cut off. Not even rotted, it's just like a weird bit, squishy, I guess. Oh shoot, I cut a root. Good grief. Okay, we've still got lots of healthy roots on there, so let's just pop that one in. We're gonna see how this goes. I mean, it should be fine, right? Right. I'm gonna water this with Super Thrive when I water it, but there we go. Variegated Maranta. I think it's gonna love pon. I really do. My other one seems to be doing better too. The one in my Wally Grow planter. It's been pushing out some healthy new leaves lately. Same with my silver band. Maybe I'll go grab it and show you. This plant was looking so rough for a while. I honestly didn't think it was gonna make it because it would be putting out new leaves and then they would just go mushy and die. So I was like, uh-oh. But recently it's been pushing out healthy leaves that have actually been emerging properly. And look at this one. Look at that color. It's like pink, it's so pretty. So I was so excited to see that. This is in just the larger version of this pot. I really love these pots. They're just from Amazon. I can link them. But yeah, super stoked that that one's on its comeback. It's crazy that I've actually had some plants lately that have kind of recovered themselves with minimal help from me. Like the Hoya Silver Lady that I was talking about. I thought for sure that Hoya wasn't gonna make it. I'm actually surprised I didn't just toss the whole plant, but I took cuttings from it and then I just cared for the base plant even though it hadn't grown in so long and it was kind of shriveled and it just looked like a goner. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna see what happens. And I'm glad that I waited because it actually started pushing out new leaves. This is her. She's looking so cute. So she had just these weird kind of a couple of shriveled leaves and she's pushed out like this massive one. And then there's also other baby ones that you can see coming in. So she's doing amazing. And yeah, I'm just so, oh my gosh, there's more new growth over here. I'm so glad that she's coming back to me. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So yeah, that happened to this one. And then the Silver Band Maranta, kind of the same thing. Like I was thinking, oh boy, this plant's gonna be a goner. That's why I just took cuttings because I was like, I'm sure that this thing's just gonna continue going downhill, which I feel like is normally what happens. Plants just, once they go downhill, if you don't do anything about it, then they're just gonna croak. But in these scenarios, I just kind of let them play out and just still continue to care for the plant, just like normal. And yeah. Couple random success stories, I guess. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna say goodbye and I'm gonna clean up my mess here. But I'm glad that we emptied, where's the other one? This one. Yeah, we made a pretty good dent in these prop boxes. There's a few more plants that I need to go through in here, but I'm feeling good about all the ones we got potted up. Okay, so next are some clips from a plant chores day where half my footage was unusable due to the mic not working, but I thought that I would throw them in here anyways, so enjoy. I already have, I'm just gonna give it a little shake. I already have my, fertilizer water mixed up right here. So I'm gonna start watering around the Mills bow cabinet there. I also have to water the Florida Ghost that's on top of the cupboard here, but I'm gonna wait until this gets a little bit lighter before I go up there. Oh, also, it is dumping snow outside. This is our first snow of the year. I have to show y'all outside the window. Do you see that? It is insane. There's so much snow coming down. Oh my gosh. I actually watered the Monstera Thai a couple of days ago. I decided to just top it off because it put out this new leaf right here a couple of weeks ago, and it's already working on another one from the secondary plant that's in here. I technically have two different plants, like two vines growing in here. So yeah, I'm getting new leaves on both of them, which is crazy. So instead I'm gonna move down to my my vanilla orchid, which is right here. Now this plant has not done anything since I repotted it, but it seems fine. I think it's just kind of taking its time to get established. Oh no, is that a root? Or is that a growth point? I can't tell. It might just be a root. That little thing right there. Yeah, it hasn't given me any new leaves. No, it hasn't. But it did transition from being inside the cabinet to outside the cabinet, so that could also be another thing that's kind of slowing it down, plus getting repotted. I don't really see any roots, but since the leaves are still firm and it looks good, I think it's fine. I don't think it needs water even. No, it's not due, so never mind. We're just gonna leave that one be. I really hope that it does okay in this spot though, because I just think it'd be so cool to have it climbing up here. Check my begonia. she could actually use a little bit of water. Also, if you missed my last like long plant chores video, week of whatever long plant vlog that I posted, I put out green lacewing larvae on all my plants. So if you see this buckwheat chilling on my plants, that is why. Okay, I need to restrain myself from talking about every single plant, but I recently moved my Anthurium Goliath Forgetii hybrid onto the Millsbow cabinet here. This used to live inside my Millsbow tall cabinet, so now it's just in regular room conditions, and I am very curious and kind of stressed about how it's gonna do. It's actually shot out like a second growth point, and it's trying to push out a leaf, but it looks like it's having a hard time. Right, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but right there. So I don't know if that's because it's adjusting to lower humidity or what. I don't think it needs water right now though. I've been pretty good at keeping that one hydrated since it's transitioning to regular room conditions. The Polyneura, however, I do have to water. You guys, I'm scared. Some of the roots are dead on my new Phalaenopsis orchid. Some of them look okay, but look at, oops, do you see, it's hard from the glare from the window, but there's like a green root here, but then on top that one is completely dead along there. And then, oh, a lot of them just look dead. Like they died from the cold damage. No. I don't even know what I should do. There's a dead one here too. A lot of these roots are just like no longer with us. Oh, I really don't want to mess with this, but I'm like, should I pull it out and remove those roots? I'm scared. Maybe I'll just water it through with Super Thrive for now. It's not super dry, but I think that it's due for water because I don't want it to get like bone dry. I have not watered this since I received it. Probably like 6 days ago I received it. I am kind of stressed. I'm gonna, I mean, I guess I've documented it on video, so, well, maybe I'll take pictures too, just in case that'll be easier if I do need them. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, the rest of them I'm gonna take to the sink.
To your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But
I have been wanting to move my Begonia Rex pavonina into the Millsbow tall cabinet. So I'm gonna do that right now because I've had a space reserved for it in there. It's doing fine, but I just have an inkling that it's gonna do even better in higher humidity. So yeah, I don't want it to just be doing fine and surviving, you know? I want it to be looking its best and thriving, so I'm gonna go ahead and move it in there. Ooh, it actually looks stunning in that spot. Okay, so I just finished watering. I did the entire living room over to the dining room, all the plants up here along the window, up to this first part of the Vitjo shelf. That's where I'm gonna call it for watering today. Honestly, the plants over there aren't even really thirsty, so like I've been saying recently, I'm like bordering on an overwater now just because it's so fast and easy for me to water my plants with that sprayer. The next thing I'm gonna do is chop my philodendron verrucosum and my philodendron splendid because y'all know I've been meaning to do that for a while now, so I'm gonna go grab them out and we're gonna do it. Okay, here they are, these plants that have been haunting me on these wire bowls. They are not looking good, which is why we're just going to be chopping and probably just sticking them into water to root up. Yeah, I know that I always want to have verrucosum in my collection, and I've been on this journey of trying to get it to look good for years now. Last year is probably the best it ever looked, but it's just been steadily going downhill since the last time I did the chop and extend. I think I just got so tired of keeping up with these wire bowls because you pretty much have to water them every day, at least in my conditions in here, and I don't even have the lowest humidity. Like my humidity is normally in the 50s. This one has or had aphids. I washed it off and then I put the lace wings on it, so I don't really see any aphids right now. But yeah, I know that I want to keep trying with verrucosum because I know I can grow it. I just need to have it on a pole that I can keep up with and everything. As for the splendid, I don't know. I won't lie. I've been tempted to get rid of it lately. I have. I think it's just because the Glorious is doing so well, and I'm kind of like, well, maybe I should just have the Glorious and I can do without the Splendid. But I've never seen the Splendid get big before, and I would just love to experience growing it, at least to be the size of the Glorious, so that I can just see what it looks like as the leaves get larger. So I think I'm gonna keep it in my collection for now, continue to grow it out, and maybe I can decide between the two of them once I've seen them both more mature. I have a feeling that I would like this one better too, but it's just that the Glorious is the one that's doing so well. I mean, she's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. I just love the verrucosum traits that come through on this one. So yeah, I guess, I mean, this is gonna be easy enough. I'm just going to take a few cuttings from each of them. Yeah, some of these leaves are really quite damaged on here. Okay, so we have two vines here. Yeah, this side might look a little better, so I'm just gonna do, boom, chop down there. It shouldn't be super rooted, I don't think, because I have not been keeping up with watering this. It's still a little bit rooted though. Sorry, buddy. We're starting fresh. Oh, Wow, such a pretty cutting. Like, these leaves are Gorgina. These leaves are Gorgina. I hope that I can do better by this plant because it has the potential to be so pretty. We even have, okay, I thought there was going to be aphids, but I don't think that there is. So maybe the lace wings are helping. We have a new leaf coming out the top. I'm going to turn the camera because I'm worried about my heat ruining the audio. But if any of y'all have both the Splendid and the Glorious, let me know which one is your favorite. Even better if they're both like around the same maturity. Let me know which one you prefer. I feel like I prefer the leaves on the Splendid, but my Glorious is just doing so much better, so it's hard to choose, honestly. But I'm gonna go ahead and chop this into separate, oops, there it goes. Actually, this one I'll just leave. I'll cut some of this because it's a really long internode. Take it down a little bit like that. I'm just gonna set these on the counter for a little bit. I'm not someone who lets my cuttings really callus over, but if I have something else to do, like I'll just go chop the varicosum and those can just sit here for a few minutes. It won't be like completely dried and calloused over, but they're fine to sit here for a while. And I think I'll take one more cutting, probably this one. Right here, looks like that. And then I'll have to take this apart later. I just got a Q-tip and my isopropyl alcohol. I'm just gonna get the mealybugs off of the cuttings that I'm gonna be keeping. Obviously, I don't want to propagate with mealybugs on there. I usually just pour a little bit into the lid. Okay. Just wanna make sure there's no more. Oh, I can use this one, so just like it's all dinky. I mean, these are gonna be ugly leaves that I'm propagating from, but yeah, these are all ugly now. Yikes. Look how long these internodes are. Philodendron varicosum is notorious for having super long internodes. This is insane. Like, oh my gosh. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cut that down to like there to accommodate this in a propagation vessel. Okay, I'm gonna try doing this one as well. Long petioles too. I hope that you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.
I couldn't even if I tried.